Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. My intentions were actually to record this video in the morning time, but I actually want to get some sleep, and I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to have time to record this tomorrow, because I'm very, very, very busy at work. I might find some time to maybe get a video in, or I might not, but I just didn't want to take that chance, so I figure, what the hell. Let's see what Booker T said and let's record it tonight. And if you're catching it in the morning, you'll catch it in the morning time. So, link is down in the description box below. Follow along if you will. Booker T responds to Swerve Strickland's "fuck you" comments at AEW Dynasty 2025. After AEW Dynasty 2025 concluded, Swerve Strickland addressed the live audience in Philadelphia, emphasizing his commitment to representation in wrestling and concluding with a pointed remark: "Fuck Booker T." This comment is the latest development in an ongoing exchange between Strickland and WWE Hall of Famer Booker T. The tension began when Booker T stated that he had been treated fairly during his 2-decade tenure with WWE. In response, during a Via TV interview, Strickland referenced a controversial 2005 WWE segment where Vince McMahon used a racial slur in front of Booker T, suggesting that such incidents contradicted Booker T's claims of fair treatment. Booker T addressed Strickland's remarks on his Hall of Fame podcast, revealing that he confronted Strickland in person at an event in Richmond, Virginia. Booker T expressed disappointment in Strickland, stating, and I quote, "You got played, bro," and criticized Vlad TV for attempting to create conflict between them. During the latest edition of his Hall of Fame podcast, the two-time WWE Hall of Famer issued a response. He said, and I quote, "Woke up this morning and I wondered, why is my name trending? I see the video of Swerve Strickland saying F Booker T at the end of Dynasty. I'm not going to even get upset about it. I'm going to give Swerve Strickland a little bit of advice. Just a little bit. That advice would be, don't be talking about something other than the pay-per-view at the end of the night. That's the main event and the last thing people are going to remember. The last people are going to remember is me, my name being said. I'm sure Tony Khan don't appreciate the news, the headline not being what happened at Dynasty with all the matches. They're talking about Booker T. That was a bad move. He's got a lot of energy at the end of the show. I'm not that type. I'm from the school. If you got something to say to somebody, say it to their face. I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully Swerve Strickland has a hell of a career, and he'll do very well in this business. I'm going to keep stressing what I've talked about for a long time. Go out there and get it on your talent and merit. Nobody will ever be able to say you got it because of only for your talent. I'm going to keep advocating for the young guys to go out there and perform at the highest level. Take what you want. It's not going to be given to you. You got to take it. The only way to take it is through your performance and how good you really are inside the square circle. That's as much as I'm going to say on that issue as far as Swerve Strickland goes. Booker T continued though. The only one laughing is Vlad TV. He got all this stuff started and stirred it up. I thought this thing was over with. I really did. The last thing I thought about was waking up this morning to a FU. This generation, man. I'm an advocate for all young black talent to get into this business. But I'm an advocate for so many more young kids than just black kids. I'm an advocate for anybody who has the talent to actually make it to the next level. I'll put a word in for them. I think my reputation has been solid. I don't publicize a lot of things. The guys out there, they know. They know I've been on the side of righteousness. They know what Booker T has done behind the scenes. I don't have to talk about it on social media. I'm not trying to get extra brownie points for anything I've done, but they know. People like Swerve, we come from a different cloth. A totally different cloth. I wish nothing but the best for this dude. I want to see them succeed. Would I ever say anything positive about him ever again? Probably not. Would I ever put him over as far as being a good worker and perhaps transform this business? I probably won't do it again. I've learned my lesson. I ain't gotta bring a personal beef to my job. Literally almost, and that's the end of the article right there. Literally almost everything I was hoping Booker T was gonna say, he ended up saying it. From the talent to the merit and not worrying about your skin color and representation and all this shit, you're going to speak a lot more loudly through your actions than your words. Constantly saying that you're representing this and you're representing that, you ain't got to say that. Just do it. And there'll be some black kids watching you and thinking to themselves, if he can do it, then I can do it. That's representation. Going out there constantly having to holler about, look at me guys, I'm black. I'm gonna do this for the black people. You don't have to do that, cuz. Like, just do you. Do you and be black while doing you. It's just that simple. I loved all of this. This is why Booker T's a GOAT. This is why Booker T's a GOAT. He ain't gonna hand you anything. He gonna want you to work for it. He gonna want you to work for it. And on top of that, I love how he said it straight up like that. Like, bruh, you doing all of this from there. Like, bro, if you ain't gonna say it in my face, then we ain't really got nothing to talk about. And in other words, what Booker T was saying right there, if you had to just like pretty much sum it all up, is that Swerve Strickland is ignorant. He's an ignorant young man. All this pent up energy, this talk about black representation, but look at you, homie, you doing the bidding for the white man. Vlad is from Russia. I seen some cat earlier talking about, oh, he's Jewish, therefore he's Middle Eastern. Dumbass nigga. No, what the fuck does that even mean, bro? You could be Jewish and from France. You could be Jewish and from here. You could be Jewish and from here. He's Jewish and he's from Russia. Dumbass nigga. I seen your comment earlier. But nah, it's just funny though, bro. How you can have a white dude legitimately stirring up all of this. Booker T didn't say anything. All Booker T said from the get-go was, I mean, in all honesty, I felt like I've been treated pretty good. I can't speak for Swerve, but I felt like I've been treated pretty good. And if you got the talent and you can pull it off, then pull it off. And then Swerve got caught up in his feelings and he retorted back with, well, let's talk about Booker T's past and let's take things out of context because my narrative, it needs me to take Booker T out of context, so it makes me feel good about how much of a clouded fuckhead I am about representation. Again, and just to reiterate this, like I said in my other video, just to go back a few months ago, and you were the first person, I think, and I just remember too when I uploaded that video, it was that blacklist, right? The top best black wrestlers of all time is what sparked it off. And that's when all the people start going after Swerve Strickland, because I think he was at the top of the list or number one or something like that. And a lot of people was like, oh, swerving for the culture, because he was saying things such as, you know, he did it for himself. Like he wasn't talking about representation. He was talking about his talent and what he brought to the table. And he doesn't want to be known as a black champion. He wants to be known as just a champion, right? That's what he said. And that's what it was bouncing off of when people got upset at him a couple of months ago. But look at him. Everything that he said that pretty much Booker T said right here, he flipped it on his head because he wants so badly to be accepted. I told you, and I said it once and I'll say it again. But he got whole tendencies. Bro. He's way too, I don't know, like, and maybe it could be because, like, honestly, you could tell me all you want, Swerve is from the hood. There's no way I'm believing Buddy. I mean, ain't he from Seattle, Washington? How many hoods you know in Seattle, bro? Ain't no way you gonna tell me anything else differently. Swerve ain't from no fucking hood. No, he ain't claiming no set. He ain't from no project. Ain't no block he represented. None of that shit, bro. He just jumped on the bandwagon because it looked good for his image to do so. Y'all do understand that, right? Y'all do understand that, right? Cuz don't give a fuck about anything about representation or any of that shit. He just grandstands and says certain things because it looks good on paper. You seen them black folks going after him for saying that he wants to be able to thrive on his own. And he said to himself, man, shit, man, it's a lot easier if I just go with the flow. This dude's a clown, bro. Straight clown. He sees himself as a priority for AEW and he wants to be able to forward that priority because it looks good on his resume. That's what I'm saying, bro. All this blackity black shit, man. Words, they speak a hell of a lot louder, bro. Or actions speak a hell of a lot louder than words, bro. You ain't gotta do all that stuff. Just do the work. Do the work. You know, it's funny, he was dressing up as Static Shock, more virtue signaling than last night. I ain't look at Static Shock when I was growing up watching Kids WB. I ain't look at Static Shock as like, oh my god, he's a black superhero, we need more representation. I just thought Static Shock was a dope ass character. I thought Static Shock would just happen to be a good ass television show. There ain't no need to have to tell me that he's a black this and a blackity black. It's just a good ass television show and he happens to be black and a superhero. Apparently, Swerve didn't get the fucking message. You know what I mean? Like, all this talk about diversity and all this other stuff, bro. If you have to be known just for the sake of being known, I mean, you ain't fun to watch, you ain't compelling to watch, you ain't entertaining enough. Only thing about you that we have to worry about is your skin color, and that's enough to justify us having to be forced to like you. That's lame, bro. And it sucks on the part of Swerve Strickland because Swerve is a legitimately good talent. You know, it ain't like we talking about Michael Tarver over here, right? And we pushing Michael Tarver to beat Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship and him walking out because Michael Tarver from Nexus, that's how much you probably forgot about him, fucking sucks. We're talking about Swerve Strickland. Dude can go in the ring. He might have his ups and downs in the microphone, but more often than not, he can actually speak really, really well. He's a good promo, more often than not. You know, has a certain image about himself that screams superstar status. You know, he has it. I don't even know why he has to consistently go back to like the race shit and his skin color and having to focus on that. It's such a like a cop out, bruh. It's such a cop out, but it looks good for his brand, so it doesn't even matter. I mean, again, I'm still trying to understand, just to kind of revert back to the Booker T stuff. I still don't understand why he ever, you know, went after Booker T to begin with. Like, I don't understand. Like, is it because it was easy for him to kind of like, you know, use Booker T as a stepping stone to get across these new priorities? Was it more or less to use that situation to, I don't know, like justify what he's doing currently at the moment as far as what he wants to push forward? Like, or is it more so the fact that, I don't know, you jealous of Booker because Booker already has a legacy in this business? He a legend. He essentially is what you are ascribing to be, right? That's what you're striding, not ascribing. You're striding to be at the moment. And are you just jealous that Booker T actually did it without having a race hustle, ambulance chase? Like, it's a bunch of things when it comes to Swerve Strickland. And I can tell you right now, if he wants to keep undercutting himself and undercutting his talent to focus on things that shouldn't be focused on, where these things will just gradually automatically be focused on if you happen to be very talented, not to mention people will speak for you versus you having to speak for yourself. And if Booker T saying that is such a fucking problem to the degree where you have to make up some bullshit stories, and then when Booker T confronts you on that shit, and then he gets more respectful and he says a bunch of things about you and, you know, hey man, you know, like we ain't gotta do this type of shit. It's pretty obvious what Vlad TV is doing. It's pretty obvious that right now, you know, you're a little bit pent up on energy and shit like that, but it ain't really all that necessary. And your response to that is fuck you, and you do it from a distance. That boy got problems. That boy got problems, and I can tell you, man, it ain't problems that have anything to do with Booker T. All I see is a young man full of insecurities who can't confront his inner blackness that he has so many problems struggling with. That's what it is in the end of the day. You struggling with your inner blackness. And you don't like the fact that you're being called out on it. I get called out on it all the time. And I tell you, I don't give a fuck. Because guess what? In the end of the day, people who question my blackness, one, I don't give a fuck. Two, these are strangers. Strangers on the internet, no less, bro. These people probably don't even keep up with whatever they expect you to keep up with. But you going out of your way to, see a profile picture and a comment, and that's somehow gonna get you in your feelings to now having to use another person who actually, you know, for real, you know more about Booker T than you do any of these strangers on the internet, and you're gonna have them gas you up. People on the internet on top of that. We ain't even talking about actual legitimate people calling you out like on a podcast, so like just internet comments. You're gonna let them gas you up. And on top of that, again, everything Booker T called out as far as what DJ Vlad was gonna do, you question Booker T's blackness, bro. You doing the bidding of the white dude. That's what you doing. You doing the bidding of the white dude. How you gonna question Booker T about his blackness, but then you do the thing that legitimately is a hell of a lot worse than what you said Booker T did, which he did it in character, which he didn't really do anything. Like, it's wow, man. Swerve is a clown. He's a joke. I'm happy that Booker T responded in the way that he responded. Very mature. Didn't take the bait. And like he said, in the end of the day, all you do is take all the shine off AEW Dynamite. All you do is take off, I won't say because I think Booker T sort of kind of exaggerated as far as saying that now that, you did that at the end of the show, it now circles around him. But a lot of people were talking about it last night. Now, granted, that could have been something else that you were trying to do, get people to not talk about how shitty that fucking ending, that conclusion was with Jon Moxley and the Young Bucks. That could have been something that you were probably trying to do also, but I don't really think you're that smart, honestly. I think you were just really in your fucking feelings. But Booker T is right. In the end of the day, I mean, think about it. Nothing positive. You had that triple threat match. I didn't like it, but a lot of other people liked it. You know what I mean? For those people who like that triple threat match, all people can talk about is how shitty that ending of the show was, or they're talking about Swerve Strickland going after Booker T. Two negative things attached to Swerve Strickland, but not the triple threat match that everybody loved, right? Once again, mentioning WWE's name, where did it get you in the end of the day? No fucking where. But clowned by the IWC, the very comments that you're trying to justify your actions with, those same comments turn around and now they clowning your dumb ass. Make it make sense, Swerve. You got a lot of rebuilding and you got a lot of healing, homie. Real talk, you got a lot of fucking healing to do. And I ain't talking about fucking kayfabe shit, talking about babyface healing. I'm talking about your heart and your soul and your mind. Because, bro, you way too old to be peer pressure into believing that you have to speak for shit that you have no basic understanding of. Or, more importantly, you don't really give a shit about. It ain't all about blackness. It's about you and how you promote yourself and how you carry yourself. And your actions will speak all day louder than you constantly calling your blackness a priority. You forwarding what you do promotes the culture automatically. And if nobody else can see that, and if they need that as a crutch, and they get you to use it as a crutch, well, you were a lost cause to fucking begin with, to be honest. But hey, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below in regards to how you felt about the topic. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here because I'm tired of shit. Deuces, P. Eyes.